What's good, YouTube? This is Podcast 47. Today we're going to be talking about how when somebody says they're giving you everything they got, but to you it feels like you're getting the bare minimum, all right? Now, the best example I have is something that Bishop T.D. Jakes said. If you know him, you know him. If you don't, you don't, all right? He's one of the best bishops in the world, to me. But he said this. There's people in this world that have a pint heart, and some people have a gallon heart, all right? That person with the pint, they could be giving you everything that you want. Like when I say everything, they're trying their hardest. They're doing any and everything to them. They're doing everything. And they're trying their hardest. But to somebody with a gallon heart, a bigger heart, you're not going to get filled up by it, all right? You're not going to feel it. You're just going to feel like that they're giving you not even 50%. When that person with the pint, they're giving you 100% of them, it really, to you, it feels like you're getting maybe not even 50, all right? It feels like you're not getting nothing really because it's just, you're built different. You have a gallon heart, all right? You can show love, show caring, show all their emotions in a stronger way than that person can. It is nothing wrong with that person because, like I said, they tried everything they could. They're trying. But they don't fill you up the way you should feel because they don't have what you have, all right? Everybody in this world doesn't have what you have. We're not built all the same. We're all different, all right? Some people are more loving, more caring, more enthusiastic, all right? And others are more enclosed, more shy, they're just different, all right? That person that's shy and not as enthusiastic as the other, they're not going to be all they're not going to give you everything that you want, all right? It doesn't mean that they're not trying. It doesn't mean that they're not giving you their 100. It just means you have a bigger heart, okay? You're a gallon and they're a pint, all right? So in situations where it feels like you're giving your all and this person's not giving you everything, sit down and talk to them. Be like, I'm trying so hard and I don't understand why this is happening the way it's happening. Well, if they're man enough or if they're woman enough, they're going to tell you, I'm giving you everything I got, all right? I'm giving you everything. I just don't know how to give you more because realistically they might not know how to give you more. They weren't raised to give you more. Like, for example, my grandma, all right? Growing up, my mom never, when I tell you never, like, she didn't even want me to know her name, all right? My mom never wanted me to know my grandma. And that's because of life reasons, all right? All right, just keep it like that, life reasons. Because my grandma did things that my mom didn't agree with. And she let things happen that my mom just didn't like, all right? Let's just keep it like that. But I noticed my grandma, she tries, okay? I was just sick a few days ago. She tries. She actually tries, but it doesn't come off as loving. It doesn't come off as nice. It doesn't come off as caring, all right? Mostly because I can look through my family and tell that through generations, they didn't, let's say this in a way, they didn't show love in the way that love should have been shown. There's no real example of how love should be shown because, we don't have real prime examples. But the only example that we really should go by is God, all right? Let's say that. The best example of love is God, point blank, period. But when you're living life and you're having kids and you're trying your hardest to take care of them, and you're dealing with the diapers and you're dealing with the money problems and you're dealing with all these issues and all these situations that come with anything in life, sometimes you're not gonna react or act the way that somebody wants you to, all right? Like, in our heads, when we watch a movie, we see, moms and dad are supposed to cuddle, care, and kiss all up on us and all this other stuff, but then you wonder why your mom or why your dad doesn't do that, all right? It's mostly because, for one, stop watching them damn movies and stop watching them TV shows, because it ain't real. That's not realistic, all right? For two, they weren't taught the same, they weren't taught that way, all right? They weren't raised that way. It was just a few hundred years ago that most black people were slaves. So what they saw and what they lived by, it wasn't all white picket fence and all beautiful, all right? Like, literally, I literally asked my grandma about slavery. She said, yeah, I remember going to work for the white man when I was younger. Like, literally, like, that was her life. They weren't cuddling. They weren't showing love, affection, and all this other stuff that we want as people and we want as kids. But it doesn't mean that they didn't try, all right? It doesn't mean that they didn't give you your all, them all right? Let me rephrase that. It doesn't mean that they didn't give their all to you, all right? We live in a generation where back then people, like I said, they had pint hearts. They had to shut off their feelings. They had to be a certain way. And today, with no slavery, no real wars, nothing real bad happening, you get people with gallon hearts, all right? People that are just full of love, full of joy, full of happiness, because our environment is different. So all I'm saying is this: don't get mad or sad or angry or have hate for somebody in your family or friends, when they could be trying the hardest, all right? They could be giving you everything they got, literally. Everything. They could be giving you everything they got, all right? And you can't be mad at somebody for giving you their all right? It might not come off the way that you want it. It might not come off the lovey-dovey way that you want, the way that you watch movies and think it's supposed to be. It might not come off like that. Okay. Deal with it. It's part of life. We don't all get what we want. People love to put images in their head and like to say, this is how it's supposed to be, when really it's not. That's not how it's supposed to be. Trying is how it's supposed to be. Loving is how it's supposed to be. Following God is how it's supposed to be, all right? Like I said a long time ago in a podcast, God is love. So that is the only example of love that we have in this world, is God. The second you find that, and you start to realize that, hey, I'm as small as can be. There's something out there bigger than me. There's a ball of light that's bigger than me, and I got that ball of light inside of me, all right? Part of that ball of light is inside of me. But I'm as small as a seed, all right? A mustard seed, because I hear that a lot in Bibles and stuff. But you're as small as a mustard seed, all right? And God is just trying to make you grow into that big old tree, all right? And it takes time, and it's hard, but we're all going to be okay. All I'm saying is this: don't push people away. Don't get mad at people when they could be giving you their all, when they could be giving you everything you want, all right? Some people have gallon hearts. Some people have gallon hearts, and some people have pints, all right? That doesn't mean that you can't be together, you can't love each other, you can't fall in love and have kids. That doesn't mean that. It just means you have to realize that this person is giving me their all. And it might not feel like a lot, but they're giving you, like, what more can you ask for? They're giving you their all right? There's nothing more that you can ask for in this world than that. So just be okay with it.